Okay, guys, I think I've calmed down enough to be like uh, reasonable about how I make this video because, like, the head loss from that Champions League semi final was just crazy. Because, I mean, it's not like I expected us to win. Let me just start there because, like, first of all, I don't think anyone is beating Inter. Because, like, though, yeah, that defense is amazing. Like, I was watching this clip of this shorty like breaking down how she thinks Bastoni is like the best, one of the best defenders in the world, and it's not like I can disagree because like that system for Inter is so good, and like for Arsenal, I don't think we have Champions League winning players. And I know that sounds like I'm hating on my own players, but it's not like that. It's not that we don't have good big game players because like if you watch that semi-final, you watch Rice, you watch Saka, like these were guys who stepped up to the plate. Saliba, Raya, like they were all doing the right things in the moment, but like they're not enough. Like for example, I saw a stat that Odegaard had one created chance, which was the same as Raya, our goalkeeper. And I'm like, bro, that guy played 90 minutes as your captain, a number 10, who's supposed to be your chief creating force. And over 90 minutes in a Champions League final, he could only create one chance. And you guys expect to win the Champions League. Like, how, man? How? That guy's your captain. So, like, that's what I mean by we don't have Champions League winning players. Like from that semi final, I think Arteta should ask himself like a lot of questions because like when you watch Martinelli and you compare him to any of the wingers on the PSG team, like you can't compare because like bro, every time Martinelli used to get the ball, I used to have like a 60%. Like my head used to tell me he has a 60% chance of losing it because like he's not. I don't want to say he isn't capable on the one-on-one, but like you can tell he's not a winger. I've said this before. Like you can tell Martinelli is not a winger. His dribbling technique is just it's too it's too obscure. That's the I think that's the word to use because like you see him looking down, and I'm expecting him to like look at the knees like Messi style. So like he'll have like a quick reaction style, dribbling style, but he doesn't. It's always the same ball roll, like switching to the 2 feet, and he doesn't do it at the right moment. It's like he's doing it to show off. So like for me, you can just tell he's not a natural winger, and like for me to win the Champions League, you need players who can take the game on their backs and just even try to beat everyone. Like when I watched Due over both legs, bro wasn't scared of anybody, and he was taking everyone on, and like that's what I want from a winger. That's not even what I want from Odegaard. From Odegaard, I just expect him to carry the ball more and do more like shoot more, bro. Like run into the box more, be more aggressive. Like he was so passive during both legs of those semi-finals, and I'm like, these are the games when I expect Ateta to be telling you need to be on full press, you need to be aggressive on the tackle. I expect you to get a card. Like you're a captain, set the pace. Like I like that game. Like I don't know, that game was just weird because you could tell there were players on that pitch who wanted it, and there are other guys who were like, I wanna say lackadaisical about it, but you could tell, like, I don't know. And I'm not even hating on Martinelli and Odegaard, but like I even tweeted before the final, like there's no way you should have started Odegaard in that game. I'm sorry, but there is no way. Man, Nwaneri should have started that game easily, and that's another thing I have a problem with Arteta. Like, you see, the season will be considered a failure And for me, I think it's because Ateta just didn't. Okay, he didn't. It's not he didn't. Like he has too much trust in some players and not enough trust in the young players. Like for example, there was a stretch of games early in the season, like I want to say somewhere in December or November, where Trossard was playing consistently. When Odegaard was injured, especially. So this guy was playing. Trossard was starting in the 10, and he was playing terrible. But bro was finishing almost every game. I never used to understand why. And Nwaneri was there. Like Nwaneri has shown he has the talent. Maybe he just needs to bulk up a bit so he can stand to the physicality of the Prem. But like you see when he's on the ball, he has skill. He has a pass. He can finish. He can shoot from distance. What more could you ask for? And like for me, he has all the traits that Odegaard doesn't. Like he can he can beat his man. He can carry the ball. He can overlap with his winger. He has a bit of a right foot, so he can cross. I mean, these are all things Odegaard doesn't do. Okay, enough. Let me say that. I can. Let me not hate on him completely. Like he doesn't do them enough, and I feel like these are essential things, man. They're essential stuff. Like when you watch that semi-final back, I watched that semi-final back, and I'm like, Odegaard is too. Okay, let me even stop blaming it on Odegaard. The problem here was Arteta. Like you see his tactics. Like when in the second half when he switched up and like Saka was more central. You saw we got more chances because Saka got on the ball more, and you saw like even in the first leg and like the first half of the second leg, like you can play in the patterns, but at some point the patterns don't work. You just need to be unpredictable, and like Arsenal doesn't have that. I feel like modern Arsenal doesn't have that element of unpredictability. And I've said this before, like I don't expect Arteta to just start playing Wenger ball all of a sudden, but like I feel like that's the essence of Arsenal. Like it should be about the beautiful football. Like I remember last season when you used to beat teams 5-1 in like or like 5-0 in the first just like goals in the first half and like in the first 30 minutes. I used to love that because like we just played pure football. It was on the press, speedy passes. The football was quick, and I'm like, when you watch the season from the beginning, it's like none of that was there. Like we score a goal, we start defending, or like we get we get passive. Like it was just like I feel like when people say this season has just been a backward step for Arsenal, I feel like that's just a fact in my eyes. Because like for me, if buying an attacker should have been a no-brainer, that Starling signing just didn't make sense, and it failed the way it should have. And I'm someone who loves Starling, so like I even expected more from him, but like, bro, by the time it reached November, I was tired. I was tired of just seeing him on the pitch. I would have honestly preferred Arteta to give anyone else a chance. I honestly would have preferred to see Ismail Kabia on the pitch. But like, even but Loyedeji, anyone else from Starling, like anyone else would have done better. Like would just fill my soul better. Cause like Starling was just ass, and I say that as respectfully as possible. Cause like, bruh, and now like I know like we are next season team the way people say, but like I actually have hope for next season because like I feel like the criticism, the embarrassment from this whole Champions League debacle, the way Ateta handled the interview before and after the second leg, like you see a man who's like, I think the pressure is getting to him. So like, I feel like next season he'll do better because the pressure is on him. Because like, I honestly do feel that this season was a backward step for Arsenal. Beating Liverpool should have been easy. Should have been easy. so easy. Like they weren't even playing amazing football. Like when you watch the games which they lost or like they were close to losing, the tactic was always the same. Keep your best pressers on Gravenbach, and the team won't transition, and you'll be able to beat them. It was just so simple, but like it's like no one was getting it, or like it wasn't easy to see for other teams. I don't know. I just don't know. But like Arteta should, I feel like he should reevaluate this season as a loss in terms of everything. Like the fact that we became a set piece team, like what the fuck? Honestly, what the fuck was that? I I'm an Arsenal fan for the football, not for. You couldn't even win, so that this is my problem. Like you switched up the philosophy for winning, but you're not winning, and like you saw like we started defending more, but we conceded more goals. So like literally everything about the season I just feel was a backward step. And this is just in my opinion. It's not like I know all these things, but still, I just yeah, that's just my opinion.